Old school, 1974. We've got so much love. 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 Hey, this is Crypto Mo, and Crypto Mo because I play around on my Mo. Crypto Mo because I like to talk about more crypto. Man, I tell you what, I've got some big news, and I'm not at liberty to talk about it. Real big news. Humongous news. Humongous news. I'm telling you, folks, you want to definitely stay. Just check with me every now and then. It may take me a while to put this together, but I've been working on this project for about 10 years. and it's finally coming into fruition, folks. And I'm inclined to think that it's going to happen really quick, but it's going to be one of biggest, the biggest, the greatest release in the NFT market. I've got some other projects that are on the, I'm new into this, but I'm a quick learner. I believe in learning curves and not learning cliffs. And I've been doing is crunching this information about the crypto market. That's all I've been doing. Since I first got involved, and what got me involved in it, folks, is that I took about $200 and I invested in a couple things. And I one of the things I invested in Doge when it was like about 7 cents, and I watched it go up to like 30 something cent and then come back down. I just sold it all. I didn't have a whole lot, how much you gonna have, with $250. I think I put 50 on it, and I bought some other stuff. Some of the other stuff I've held on to, and this is so that you guys know, this is not investment advice whatsoever. I am totally new at this. I've been learning and studying, and I've been engulfing myself in this market. And the reason why, I'll show you the reason why I began engulfing myself in this market. Let me show you real quick, okay? I'll show you why I really beginning studying in this market. Let me see here. I wish I can put something on while I hunt. Let me see if there's something that I can do that with one hand. Okay, now let me hunt for something here. Okay, I found it. Let me see here. Let me build this page real quick. Plus browser. And I wonder if I do it this way, if it's going to give it to me, because I got it in my history. Okay, that's cool. This is, and I cover this often, every time I come on, because I want people to really, I want you guys to really see what I'm talking about here. And I grabbed the wrong thing there. 1 second here. Here's why I began to really just sort of engulf myself in this in this sector, is because of this right here, this chart here. This is Bitcoin. Bitcoin, and the whole market follows this Bitcoin. All this stuff is new to me. So if you're a beginner, okay, you can learn as I learn. And I was at awe when I seen that this coin went from, came out in 2000 and it's not interacting with me as it should, but it came out. And this price right here, I believe, is about 6 cents when it came out. And then this chart is not interacting, but it went from 6 cents. Let me find one that does interact. Okay, 1 second. I'm going to get rid of this chart here because it's important to see this. 1 second here. Bitcoin chart properties. Worldwide. Let me do that. Let me refresh it. And then let me bring it over here. Now let me try it and see what happens, okay? I think, like I said, I think this is important. Yeah, it's still not letting me. Might be the wrong chart. 1 second here. This one right here. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of it altogether. Remove it. Remove it. And I'm going to add a browser page. BT, I'm going to call it. Get rid of the overflow. Go okay. And I'm not going to even worry about making sure my picture's in it. It's not important. The fact that you guys get this is important. 6 cents, 7 cents when it came out. And this is, as I mentioned, this is 2010, 6 cents, 2012. It goes up to about $6. There it is right there, $6. And on one side of $6, it's $2. The other side is like $4, I think. You know, everybody got shook up at 6, and I wish I would have sold. But then, so they unloaded as it goes through this dry period here where it shifts up and down, you know, but it hits like $64, you know, and for 6 cents to go up to $64 is unheard of. But then, so I'm sure we had some people that sold around 64, 127, somewhere around there. But then it goes up in 2014. I think there's a $900 price in there somewhere. 2014, that's 881. I thought I seen 900 at one point. So then it goes back down. Everybody's regretting, you know. They're regretting, they're selling. Then it goes in 2016, it's flat. 2015, you know, it fluctuate. Then Little Hope, 2016, and then 2015, $17,000. Where were we at? Those of you that are just new into this, what are you still? You know, at this time, right here, I'm sold. This is the future, folks. Digital currency is the future. Money, the monopoly money, and the maritime jurisdiction is a fraud. And this is exposing it. So then we go down here, 7, people getting afraid again. They're selling. The 3 from 17,000. Man, I wish I would have sold up there is what they're saying. And it goes down. It comes up again to 10. People right here saying, I wish I wouldn't have sold. 10. And then it goes back down again. Then right here, 2020. Here's the run. 14,000. 21,000. This is like December. In December, November 14, November 17, November 19, December 18, December 29. Folks, where were we at? If you didn't know about this like me, I didn't know that this was going on. I hadn't a clue. How asleep can a person be? 49, 50. And this is January 33. So 33 right here. This is looks like 33. I don't know anything about graphs or anything like that, but it looks like a recovery point or a place of where it gathers. It looks like it's gathering for strength. So this is where we're at right now. I think is Bitcoin is somewhere around there, but it went all the way up to 55.61. And this is April. So now it's back down to currently today it's at 38. And if I were to just guess, this is not financial advice, but looking at this chart, if I were to guess, I'm thinking this coin, it's on its way to about 150. Looking at this chart and what it's done and the instability of the current market and the fact that they've just been pouring money into the economy and and that institutions are finally waking up and starting to realize that their gig is up. You know, I was reading where the banks are they want to get into digital currency now, but they need to, the term you've got to learn is the difference between centralized and decentralized, because everything is contract. This is a corporate. Everything is corporations. The whole system, what we think is government, is actually a bankrupt corporation owned by the it's been in receivership to the International Monetary Fund. It's been in bankruptcy since 1933, since they took the gold away. They made the people give the gold away, and they put everybody in positions as the authorized representative of civilian status, which is really the transmitting utility for your credit. Your unlimited access to credit is part of the public trust. And so that's why they say that the debt can't be questioned. But whose debt is it? Now that can be questioned. So the banks want to get into this cryptocurrency, but what they want to do is they want to make sure that they have the ability to limit how much is in someone's wallet. Well, what if I choose decentralized rather than centralized? And what if I decide that I don't want to be an unpaid employee of the foreign corporation known as the bankrupt corporate-owned United States? What if do I have in a right to work, on a right to work globe, do I have also the right to quit? What if that's the way I looked at it. I've worked for some very, very wealthy people, and one thing I always respected was that you could quit. You can quit. You can quit. I used to be in the military, and when I decided I wanted to quit, I was able to quit. There's no other man that should stand between you and God once you realize that God made you. God made you. God owns you. That's the crux of the whole thing. But so anyway, these bankers have been caught flat-footed is what's happened. And but I came on real briefly because I just wanted to share one of the coins that I'm really glad that I got into, and this was back around the 27th, and that is Spacegoat token. I'm happy with that coin, and the reason why, I'll show you why I'm happy with it, is the reason why I'm really happy with Spacegoat is because when you look at the chart, after a while, you sort of see patterns. And I learned how to find these coins, these altcoins, before I ever knew the difference between staple coins and altcoins. One of them from what I can gather, have actually utilities in the market. They're functional, and they actually provide a useful function in the marketplace. And then the others are really driven based upon emotion. Like, I've been in sales most of my life, and one thing I've learned is that people make most of their decisions based on emotion. Later on, they rationalize their decision based on logic. And so in a sales organization, you never ask anyone what they think, because that part of the brain will shut down the transaction, but you always ask them how they feel. Always feelings, because people make their decisions based on feelings. And so there's a lot of coins out there that function based on individuals' feelings. But then I've noticed, after I've purchased some of these coins and I've watched them, they come in and then they go in and straight down, in and straight down. And then, like I said, I've only been in this for about 3 or 4 months, but most of them, when they go down, they're down for the count. They're down. They're flat out down. So, but this coin here, what I liked about it is that I think, and like I said, this is not investment advice, but of the coins that I've got some other ones that I'm also happy with. Don't get me wrong. But this is one of them that I'm comfortable with telling people about, and that is this coin, Spacegoat. And when you take a look at it on the chart, you'll notice that it came out. This is let's see here. I think this is maybe a 1-day chart. Here's what I look at. I look at it for the month, the ones that I'm planning on holding to, and when you look at this one here, I got in here somewhere around here. What date is this? I got in somewhere around the 27th. Was it this run here? Yeah, I got in right here, and I think I got in around, it was about 10 o'clock at night I got in there. And so this is where I was at, and this is where it's at today. It didn't come back down here. And I can pull up some that I've gotten into, and they came out the chute, they shot up, and then they came right back down, and they stayed down. But this one right here has been riding, and it's like I said, I'm just learning how to read these charts and so forth, but it looks as if it hit a support here, and then it went back up, and then it came down here, and looks like this is the new low for that coin. And so I'm waiting to see. With the market, the way the market is doing right now, I think this coin is really poised to grow. Is what it looks like. It looked like it's really poised to grow, and so I would highly, like I said, not investment advice, but I would say do your own research and look into this particular coin, because it didn't come out the chute and then run back home like Lassie. Look at that, That's a really good looking, from the charts that I've seen so far, for the time that it's been in production. And here's their site right here, the Spacegoat site, and you can see it's the greatest of all tokens. And also, you guys hit hit the like button. And those of you that tuned in on the Facebook site, make sure you hit the like button for the algorithms. And those that are you on YouTube, this is a fairly new project on YouTube. Hit the like button and also subscribe. And I really recommend you subscribe, because I am not exaggerating when I say that I've got a lion by the tail. I've got I've got a project that the doors of heaven has opened up for me to market this project. And it's something that I've been working on now for, good gracious, I'd say more than 10 years. And only now have the doors open for this. And it's going to literally explode in the fungible, the NFT sector. It's going to explode. I mean, it's going to be one of the biggest, the biggest worldwide. Worldwide. I'm so excited on it right now, and I'm as soon as I can give the go ahead, I'm going to share. And those of you that are fortunate enough to hear it, it's going to change your life if you become a part of it. It really is. And I'm not exaggerating. And I'm not, and I years ago I gave up trying to sell people on stuff. I've learned that people will buy things what they want to buy. And I spent the last of my sales career just getting out of folks' heads, and I didn't use neurolinguistic programming anymore. I just refused to get in their head and move things around. We used to move things around in people's heads so much that when they get home, they'd have to call us up and ask us what they bought. We were terrible. The people would come in there. They would come and meet us and say, yeah, we say, well, look here, what we need to do is probably hold your credit card until we're finished. I remember, I started out as a kid. I've been in sales a long time, and I had one friend that we used to play. We used to see how much control we can gather when we go in the house. And we'd go in the house and do a sales pitch. We'd turn the TV off. We'd answer their telephone and tell the people calling they're sort of busy right now. It's just fun, it's fun. We just used to do that. But this, I am not trying to, I'm just letting you know, because I don't have a lot of people that listen to me, but if you're fortunate enough to hear this, you want to, every now and then, you need to check on what I'm talking about, because I'm going to be at liberty to tell you what this is. And it's going to explode. And even though the NFT market now it's hitting high, as far as the public interest for it, but this particular product carries the interest to pump up the whole market again. And it's already, in a way, it's already been tested and found to be effective. And not the market, but the product, as far as its introduction to the market in a fashion, has been tested in a lesser degree, and it exploded. It just flat out exploded. It exploded so much that it surprised those that introduced it. And I'm holding on to a lion by the tail, folks. I'm telling you. So anyway, but let's talk about Spacegoat. I like this particular project, and the reason why I like it because the people that are involved in it, they've been texting me, they've been messaging, and so I feel that personal type of, even though I haven't really, dialogue with them, I feel a personal kind of camaraderie, where they're really reaching out to get support in the group, and they're supporting the members in this group. And it's marketed, it's a bold claim, but it says it's the greatest of all tokens. And the token itself is it's a community-driven DeFi. I like that. I like DeFi. And the thing about DeFi is that you're your own boss. You're decentralized finance. But you got to manage your own affairs. I like that one joke. The guy says, I finally got over the pain from losing my $2,000 password. I mean, my 2 million, 2 million, my password. I finally got over the pain of losing my password to $2 million. It's your responsibility. I made a mistake yesterday. I made a mistake and, doing some copying and pasting to a wallet. And I didn't double check the address to the wallet. And, because sometimes when you're copying and pasting in your computer will remember the last thing. And what I was doing is I was looking up some contract addresses and then I was inputting them and looking up to see whether it was something I might want to invest in or not. And then during the middle of that, I stopped and I needed to send a small bit of money to my wallet so that I can buy something that I had seen that I liked. And I didn't double check it. And sure enough, I sent the money straight to the contract instead of going to the exchange. And so, you just sort of, when that happens, you just sort of like, oh, well, it's my fault. I'll get better at this, but you got to pay attention. You've got to manage your own affairs. You got to do your own research. You've got to keep your own records, but it's okay because the rewards are far greater. Like I'm telling you, the banks are wanting to get into digital currency, but they want to make sure that they have the control to limit how much is in your wallet. Why would they want to do that? Why? Because that's the whole concept of lack and limitation. But the cattle on 1,000 hills belong to my God. All the fish out there in the sea belong to my God. So why we have to get a license to fish? Think about that. So anyway, this token is on the Binance Smart Chain, and it's backed by the proof of stake technology, which essentially means that our tokens can't be mined. We are completely environmental friendly and fully decentralized. Our tokenomics consist of 10% fee per transaction, 4% of which is distributed to the existing holders. This encourages investors to hold and reward the Spacegoat community. A breakdown of the tokenomics can be viewed here. Join our space expedition and earn interest by holding as you watch your balance grow exponentially. And I think when I first got into this about a month ago, let me see where I'm at right now with Spacegoat. And, you can pick Spacegoat up with you can just get a trust wallet is what you do is pick up a trust wallet. I think my Spacegoat account has grown by, looks to me like it's grown by about, I don't know, looks like about 5 million shares since. And I don't have, folks, I really didn't spend a whole lot of money on Spacegoat. I got in on the 27th, and I'm so far, and it's just starting. This is the time to get involved. As a matter of fact, when I get some money, I think I'm going to, personally, I think I need to get some more because it's really showing a lot of promise. This is the price right there. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros, 1787, 1787. And when I purchased it, it was, let's see here, on the 27th. That looks like, I bought it about, so it had just shaved off a zero when I got in. And it looks like, if I were to guess, I'd say that's about eight zeros, is it? Let me refresh this. Looks like about 8 zeros is where it was at, and it doesn't show any sign of slowing down, folks, none whatsoever. So I think these holders are off for Spacegoat, and the number of holders, I'm not sure about that. The because that has remained the same. Liquidity 267, 592. I would venture to say that is off too, because just looking here, when I look here at PooCoin, and I thought PooCoin showed you, yeah, right here. You can see activity on this coin right now. You can see people buying. You see people selling here. So there's activity on the coin even now as we, and this doesn't give you that much information. Let's see here. Yeah, it's not going to open up. You'll need to go to another window in order to get that information. You can actually see. That's what I like about this digital currency, is that you can see what activity is going on, right? Everything is transparent. You can see what's in people's wallets. You can study. I tell people you need to develop some kind of symbiotic relationship with whales and sharks, because you can learn a lot and you can actually profit a lot by their activities once you understand the psychology behind this market. And it's going to be more so as these institutions get involved in this whole environment. You're going to see more institutions get involved in crypto, and that's one thing that's for certain. So yeah, you need to develop the ability to sort of read the times and comprehend. For instance, like, you've got this president over there at El Salvador. He's talking about using the volcano, because they were saying that they right away Chase Bank and some of these other centralized financial institutions were saying, hey, wait a minute, we don't know about you making Bitcoin a legal tender. We're not, the verdict is still out on that. So then he doubled down on them and said, well, look, but they talking about not environmental friendly. He said, well, we'll use the volcano. And I like that guy. At first I was a little bit, concerned, because as soon as he said that he was going, and this is really big, folk, for a nation to make Bitcoin their currency. But as soon as he said it, then the United States started cutting off ties. But the Biden administration, they've been sort of pulling back relationships with this guy anyway. They've sort of been stubbing him, and so he decided to stub them back. And they were a little concerned, because when they said they were going to stop funding some of his, funding some of his government, he said they were concerned because he didn't seem like he cared. I like that too. But then I was a little bit, because you got this Hegelian dialect going on in these world leaders, where they use these tactics. It's like watching two brothers out in the parking lot fighting. They use these tactics to control the cattle. The people are the cattle, is what they do. And they use these different tactics where they present this, this thesis, and then they present an antithesis, and then they come in with a solution. Well, they've presented all 3 points. And the people don't realize. You got the people, just getting all upset and everything about what's being gone, but they're being manipulated, and then they don't even know that they're being manipulated. Thesis, antithesis, solution is what's happening. That's the Hegelian dialectic, and it's been used throughout all civilizations to control the people, to control them. But they can't hide anymore. The gig is up, and like I said, the bankers are sucking wind. They don't know what to do. So anyway, he says that they're concerned about being environmentally friendly using Bitcoin. He says we'll use the volcano to mine. As a matter of fact, we'll use the volcano for energy. Like I mentioned, though, I was a little concerned because China came in, and China said that we'll help fund you. And I think they gave them like $500 million or something like that. But but on the tail end of that, they're giving them vaccines financed by Gates again. So you see this whole eugenics agenda working, So you keep an eye on that situation. It may be that they're using him to get more control over this whole decentralized financing, because what they do is they put someone up as an example, and then all the people get behind the ones that they put up. And then what they do is they win whatever controversy they're having with that entity. Like, hate to say it, sort of XRP. And I've got XRP in my portfolio because it can go either way, Yeah, it really can. XRP, that was one of the first ones that I picked out because of their litigation right now with the SEC. And I felt like that was an opportunity. My friend told me years ago that when there's confusion, sometimes there's an opportunity to make a profit. So I picked up some of that was one of the coins I picked up. You got to do your own research, but you need to get in here now and study what's going on and see what's going on, because the banking entities have been caught flat-footed with this thing. They really don't know what to do. Let's get back here to the coin here, and I had. Okay. The space poo. One of these coins here, one of these pages, I had my screen up, and because I wanted to show you. Bank. I guess I must have went to a different. You've got, as I mentioned before, you've got people like Trump saying that Bitcoin is a scam. But what you need to take a look at, while he's saying that, he says he wants the U.S. dollar to be the currency of the world, right? But if you take a look, and this is the stuff that they don't teach you in school, you take a look and you can see that the United States federal government has been dissolved by Emergency Banking Act March 9th, 1933. Statute 1, Public Law 8979, declared by President Roosevelt being bankrupt and insolvent. Bankrupt and insolvent. So, what they say and have gotten us to believe is money is worthless, folks. And I'm looking through here. I know I had another site here. Market, milestone, pace. Well, I guess I'll go through a little bit more of the Spacegoat, and then I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. But I was sure that I had a screensaver on that I wanted to share with you guys. Let me see here. Let me go through this one more time. Bitcoin, computer cam. Somehow, I'm on. Well, I don't want to hold you guys up for this here. Let me go through the Spacegoat and then maybe next time I'll be able to find it. But I know I had put it on there. I had screensaver on there, and now it is gone. So the tokenomics is basically their distribution. Tokenomics is 10% public sale and 20% burn wallet, 20% manual burn, 4% holders, 2% liquidity pool, 2% burn, 1% charity wallet. And you can go over all this. The 6% pre-sale 1% exchange marketing, 2% team dedicated, 1% marketing exchange, and you can trade. You can actually trade or get access to trading on their site. 1% technical development, and I always recommend going to these sites, looking at their, looking at the. There's social networks, getting involved in the social networks, and the Twitter and the Facebook and the Instagram and the various networks that they're involved in, and get to know these people. Do a little bit of study. You know, you got Mo Ramatula, Michelle DeCoker, Daniel Sanchez, Ryan Marks, Steph Hall, Sean Nicholas, and Timke, and was that Chris? Greg Dot, Kyle Doker, Daniel Sanchez, Michelle DeCoker, Chris Hall, Sean Nicholas, Timke, I guess it was. Greg Dot, the Daniel Sanchez, Flavid Pinto, Greg Sards, and Cameron Dunn, and Laya Futan, I believe is the name. But anyway, check this token out and do your own research. I think that it's I think as we go forward with the group, I think it's one of the tokens you're going to be glad that I told you about. But the good news is that you can learn, and my motto is to get a little bit better every day at what you do. Just get a little bit better every day. Right now, this is one of the greatest times to get ahead. I'm gonna try one more thing here and see if I can do a screen save this way. 1 second here. Let me see if I can do a screen save. Okay, I've got the window up here. And so, yeah, I'd like to go over that because I want you guys to see that right now, everything is red. Bitcoin is up 1.59 and is at 37.88. If Bitcoin starts to turn, you're just going to see some other things start to turn. That's in 7 days, but in the last hour it's blank. Ethereum is up now. Ethereum, Binance Coin is they're just creeping. Some of these, Cardano, I'd keep an eye on. Cardano is up 48% in the last hour. I would keep right now. It's like the term I hear so often in this industry is like the wild, wild west. And I look at this right now, this time that we're in now, it's like shooting fish in the barrel. It's like finding a bird nest on the ground is what it is. I think this is an outstanding, good opportunity to get started in this industry. I think that we're on the verge of, I believe, looking at the chart, I think that what we're going to see is we're going to see a lot of these stocks start breaking out near the end of the end of this summer going into the fall. And now there's some other things that are going to happen that are going to really affect the economy. And I won't foretell those things because I'm not one for real spreading a bunch of doom and gloom. But I would say strengthen yourself, strengthen your spirit, and learn about this oncoming system, because the banksters don't want you to know it, but it's coming. Okay, they're trying to get control of the cattle before it comes. So Doge, I still have some Doge in my portfolio. XRP this is a great price for XRP at 84 cents. Polkadot, I've heard some good things about Polkadot. Let's see, Litecoin, Theta is a coin that I've heard some good information on. Polygon. Theta Fuel has been going through the roof. And Stellar, Monero, I've heard some interesting things on Monero. I think they're in the security type protocol, securing systems. I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, I would do some study on them as well. Theta Fuel, this one right here, okay, it's last 24 hours is at 19%. It's 59 cents. See, now we talking, folks. Now we talking. Now we get down to where that's the price I like. What I really like, though, look at this chart. Golly. Look at this. 6 cents, 6 cents, 10 cents, 28 cents. Boom. What I would do is I would try to find out what caused this change here. All of this, what caused all of this? And I would try to find out is some of that, is more of that about to happen, that's what I would do and what I plan on doing. So anyway, there's some stats on Theta Fuel. I was just mentioning that Theta Fuel is Algorand is an interesting stock. Folks, I apologize if my mind sort of scattered like that. I think it has to do with my mind. I think it has to do with how I think. And I don't record any of these things pre-recorded or nothing. I just sort of go with the flow. That's why you might hear me from time to time. I'll come on, I'll mess around a little bit on my board. Anyway, and then I'll get off track sometimes really easy. So anyway, any of these here getting into starting out, I would focus on probably I'd probably focus on the first, 25 or 50 and then go from there. One of the things that I did though is I learned how to buy these coins as soon as they came out the chute, and I think that's a good skill to have as well. So anyway, we see that the market right now is in a position where it really is it's a buyer's, just a buyer's market. It's a good time to buy, and the more and more of the banking institutions are trying to figure out what they need to do to get into the Bitcoin. One of the tweets I was reading was from the Global Chief Investment Officer of Guggenheim, and I was hoping that I would be able to share that with you, but I haven't been able to find it. I see the tweet, but let me see if it's going to let me now that I've changed Bitcoin chart. Oh, okay, here it is there. I've got it up. And basically, let me see here. What he said was, let me see if it's going to let me. These are my views on the global economy and the financial market. Now, let me look back and see if it's. And who is this guy? He's the chief, serving as the global chief investment officer of Guggenheim Partners and chairman of the Guggenheim Investments. Scott Maynard is also a member of the Federal Reserve Bank of New York's Investor Advisory Committee on Financial Markets as an advisor to the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development and a contributing member to the World Economic Forum. So what he says is that, and let me get my picture out of here so you guys can. I don't know why. How did I get this picture if it won't let me switch? Let me start again. There's the main space poo market. There we go, right there. That's it right there. Gotcha. Okay, let me take my picture out of here. So now it's going to, I'm getting good at this equipment, folks. I really am. It's going to let me interact now. So let's see. This is Scott Minerd. He says crypto will continue to be volatile, but as a paradigm, it is the future. Paradigm. As a paradigm. What is a paradigm? Let's see. As a paradigm, because these people sometimes are very particular with their words. Paradigm, define. A typical example or pattern of something. And yes, it is. In science and philosophy, a paradigm is a distinct set of concepts or thought patterns, including theories, research methods, postulates, standards for what constitutes legitimate contributions to a field. So yes, it is that. It is a paradigm. It's a paradigm in that it reveals. One of the things it's doing is revealing. It's the volatility of it is also revealing the fraud. It reveals the fraud of the banking system. It uncovers the fact that the true wealth is actually in those who can realize that because the real wealth in the crypto are the ones that's creating. That's where the true wealth is inside of you as creator, as the offspring of the creator. And so it's exposing this whole fraud where the banks and the lending institutions have taken the value and given it back to the people by either by some type of merit, by some type of application, by some type of privilege. My friend used to say, feeding you through a straw. So yeah, it's going to continue to be volatile. That's the pattern of it. That is the pattern of it as a paradigm. The possibility of an attack on the global payment system is one of the biggest exogenous risks to the stability of the financial system. Exogenous. You know, some of you smart folks that watch my broadcast already know that I'm going to have to look that up. I may not be exogenous. I may not be the brightest, but I am one of the most determined. I'm determined. And I walk with the one who made everything. God is my friend. Exogenous is relating to or developing from an external factor, often contrasted with an endogenous. Endogenous. Relating to or developing from from external factors, contrasted with endogenous, or I guess that would be internal factors. Exogenous stems are those that grow by the addition of wood on their outer surface, underneath the bark. Regulation of breeding schedules in birds also involves some exogenous environmental timing or triggered mechanisms. I think what he's saying, exogenous relating to an external group or society. And this is what decentralization is. And so, and what I've noticed is that a lot of the people that are into decentralized don't really comprehend the cost. For instance, like Was it Mark Cuban recently? The owner of one of these basketball teams just got burned in a rug pool. So he's, here he is, multimillionaire, 10 million, 10 billion, whatever he's got. And then he comes out and he says, I think that because he got burned in the rug pool, I think we need more regulation. See, these are exogenous factors that they can turn, the people that created crypto. I think the greatest message to the people is that you don't know who he is. I think that's a great message. You don't know who he is. He's private. See, he's not in the system, but he's transacting business in the system, but he's not in the system. This is beautiful, because now they can't really hide. They're having a difficult time hiding the position that this places them in, that the people can get access to freedom, and so, so I think this is great. I think it's great what he's saying, why I am so sanguine about inflation. 3 words, demographics, debt, and technology. Our shrinking workforce, growing birth rate. Y'all catch that? Growing birth rate. This shrinking workforce, the growing birth rate. That's right in the agenda. It's right in the agenda. I ain't gonna take any time to play that with you, but it's in the agenda. It's right going along with their theory. The rising debt loads and the adoption of technology that improves economic productivity, which increases during the pandemic, are deflationary. So anyway, you can see what his quotes are. You just take a look over here on the at his Twitter page, and you can see. So anyway, to get back to. Let me get back to Spacegoat, and I'm going to get out of here. So make sure you hit that like button. I hope I've shared some things that you can go and do your own research on. I'm noticing some of the people that I'm learning from. I don't do a whole lot of spamming sites. I don't believe in that. I like sort of like a close-knit family of people that I speak with. But I noticed that some of them are, some of the people are mentioning some of the things that I say, because I'm really, I'm over the top with a lot of stuff that I say. I really am over the top. So those of you that want to help with with this broadcast, you can, if you're looking for a website, I do host websites, and this is a new project that I've also started as well. Let me see if I had some more to mention on Spacegoat, and then I'm going to get out of here. Okay, that's where you can trade at. I went through their team. And, there's their flight path to the moon. First quarter, second quarter, and fourth quarter. So let's see, they came out in May. So I think in businesses are based upon the first of the year, but let's see. The arrival of the Space Goats, second quarter. That would be January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, second quarter. So I guess we would go into the third quarter. So, well, anyway, creation of the token provided people on Earth with the ticket to rocket, fueled and ready. Launch. Okay, they did the launch. Okay, their pre-sale, they Pancake Swap, CoinGecko, they've done that. Coin Market Cap listing. Discussion with the other exchanges, marketing campaign. So I guess we're going into, this is June, we're going into quarter 3 now. And quarter 3 says, Listing on several exchanges, partnership, merchandise launch, charity one, charity drive, NFTs. NFTs. I wonder if I should give these guys seem pretty strong. I might want to give them a call on and present to them some ideas I have them in the way of NFTs and see what they say. Spacegoat card, come up with a card. Okay. Also, they're going to come out with a iOS system, Android app, integrated Spacegoat wallet design. Oh, I'd like to see that. The Spacegoat wallet and the Spacegoat card, and UK and the Ireland office increased the team members. Roadmap update, marketing campaign, begin physical advertising. You guys keep up the good work over there at Spacegoat. You know, I think this is just a really hot opportunity for anybody that might want to get involved. I noticed another thing, folks. I've noticed that I've done like 2 or 3 videos on Spacegoat, and I've been doing videos for some time. I've been doing videos for probably about, with Rivers in the Desert Ministry. And there's a couple of videos that I've done when I've interviewed some of the people from Parliament Funkadelic, and then also some of the people from BUP Studios that have gotten great views. And then also the movie, when I've done some of the videos on the movie about A Clear View, I've gotten a lot of views. But this has really skyrocketed my views and I've never gotten over 100. I'm just like a nobody. Now that I'm starting to get views, I'm going to, and then also I like this OBS software, folks. I like it. I like the OBS software. I like the fact that I've went out and I've really upped my game. I've got this OBS software. And then I went out and I've got a couple of cameras coming in here now. And then I went out and on top of that, I went out and let me see if I can show you. Went out and got me a new board, and so, even though I went out and got this board, I'm just now beginning to learn how to use it. I've upgraded from my Yeti mic. I've got a real condenser mic now. So, and I've upgraded my speed to 1 gig where I'm not falling off the network nearly as much anymore. So I'm really excited. Maybe that might have something to do with, I did all that work and didn't even switch the camera. I'm going to have to do it again because I think let me do that. I'll show you. Okay, here's the board I was telling you about right there just now. And it's the Yamaha MG12 is what it is. And it has greatly enhanced my sound. And I've got a better mic system. This board allows the enhancements that are just unbelievable. For instance, like I can do this now at the touch of a button. So anyway, I've noticed that my clicks are going up. I'm getting more exposure is what's happening. But I still attribute to the more exposures that I'm receiving from much of it from this coin, Spacegoat. And I'm getting a lot of interest on Spacegoat. It's a hot coin. And so I just, like I say, I recommend you do your own research on it. And I'm sure that from what I've seen, Spacegoat is a safe goat. I say you guys need to get on this and make sure that you make sure you like, make sure you check with me every now and then, get the updates, because I think at what I've heard up to this point, I think that I'm going to be able to tell you about this project in like less than a month. This thing is just taking off like a rocket. It's like a concept whose time has come. It seems like the whole market is waiting for this product. And so I'm just super excited about it. Anyway, this Brother Green, and this is Crypto Mo, and I bring you Mo information on crypto. And you'll catch me experimenting on my MOX. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here, and I didn't get to the other article, but that's okay. I've stayed on here long enough, I'm sure, and I'll be coming back with some more updates on this Spacegoat coin, and I'll be coming up on some more updates. I'll be bringing some more updates, some ape dates, not updates, ape dates, because you guys are gonna want to ape out on this stuff. I mean, I'm so excited. I'm having a hard time not telling you what it is. I can't, because I'm under a non-disclosure agreement, right? Well, I'm not, but I don't want to mess up what I'm working on, so I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna say I got something to say, and you're gonna want to hear it. And I gotta apologize, because it's like clickbait when people tell me I've got something that I gotta tell you and you can't wait till you hear it. That rubs me the wrong way, so I do apologize. All I say though, check with me every now and then, because it don't let no more than a couple of weeks go by, because this thing can happen really quick and it's going to explode. And the people that are aware of it, oh man, it's going to be hot. I'll talk to you soon, okay? I'm out of here.